Gentlemen, I'm honored to be joining with you once again. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the best European passports, because I've made videos in the past about, okay, what European passports should you avoid like the plague. But now let's look at the other side. Let's look at the positive side. What are some European passports that you definitely shouldn't avoid like the plague that might be good in improving your personal passport portfolio? So the first country on this list would be the country of Portugal. Now, Portugal is a very desirable country. It's a beautiful country. I've been to Portugal. I love Portugal. I love the Portuguese language. It's a very good country. Portugal is very desirable. They have the D7, D8 visa. They had the golden visa. I believe you can still somewhat de facto get the golden visa, but there are many options to get into Portugal. Portugal is also open to many citizens who are barred from other European Union countries. Let's put it that way. I don't think that I can bring up the exact country, but it's the big sanction country. You know, many people from that country can still get into Portugal and Spain as well, but Spain isn't that good of an option in my opinion. Portugal is very desirable, because Portugal has a very unique policy where if you apply for a visa, you know, to settle in Portugal, the residency requirement in order to get citizenship is 7 years. But it's not 7 years upon you landing and entering Portugal officially through the border and officially settling. It's 7 years from your permanent residency application. It's 7 years from your golden visa application. So in that regard, you know, Portugal is also going through a bit of a backlog now. They're changing their whole immigration policy. So in theory, you know, let's say it takes 3 years for you to get the visa approved. After that, you, in theory, only have to live in Portugal for 4 years. Now, yes, by that point, the law might change. You might have to do 7 years in the country. As of now, that is the way that the country currently operates. But again, bear in mind, they have a huge backlog. And just because it says 7 years on paper doesn't mean it's actually going to be 7 years, because they are changing their entire immigration department. It might take a little bit longer. It might also depend upon where you're from. They might be more friendly to nationals from different countries. So that's something to be aware of. But Portugal is a very good passport. It's an EU passport, naturally Schengen area. They allow dual nationality. Also, who hates the Portuguese, right? That's also something important to look at, because, you know, you have many passports around the world that are strong, but they have a lot of problems with other countries. Other countries don't like that country. For example, Israel is a perfect example to bring up here. Amazing passport in regards to travel, right apart from the Middle East and a lot of Muslim majority countries, which is bad in and of itself. But also, the passport and the country now has lost its reputation, whereas Portugal doesn't really have to worry about that. So that is also something to note here, because there are many passports around the world that are very strong in regards to visa-free travel, but their reputation is still terrible. Those are the ones that you should avoid like the plague. Portugal, on the other hand, doesn't have to worry about that. And the next one on this list would actually be the Czech Republic. Now, I know that's quite surprising. A lot of people go to the Czech Republic. Why? Why the Czech Republic of all places? Well, the Czech Republic is one that is very friendly towards EU nationals already, but it's still worth knowing, because even if you are an EU national, you know, you might want to get another European Union passport just to be safe, what have you. Well, the Czech Republic has a very, very good option, because if you do 3 years of permanent residency in the country as an EU citizen, you can qualify for Czech citizenship. Naturally, you have to know the language, have a clean criminal background, you know, not be wanted by many countries around the world, stuff like that. The Czech Republic is a very good option for EU nationals as well. It's still worth noting here, but also if you're a non-EU national and to go to the Czech Republic, still not the hardest passport in the region to get. In my opinion, Czech Republic is a lot better than Slovakia regarding their passport and travel rights and the ease of getting citizenship in the country. Slovakia is a little bit harder, but the Czech Republic is a very, very solid option for both non-EU nationals, but also even more so EU nationals. Another one would be the passport of Belgium. Now, Belgium as a country, super boring, super mundane, nothing to do in Belgium. I can't stand Belgium as a country. I think even their license plates are ugly, but the passport saves it, because the passport is one of the best in the world. And to be honest, when we look at the other Benelux countries, right, in my opinion, I would go with Luxembourg every single time, but Luxembourg is a little bit more difficult to get. Belgium is easier than both Luxembourg and the Netherlands combined. Also, Belgium allows dual nationality. The Netherlands, for some reason, doesn't allow dual nationality, which is a bit of an issue to us in regards to passport diversification. Oh, you don't allow dual nationality, well, how am I supposed to collect all these other passports? Belgium is a very solid option. Yes, the country is mundane. Yes, the country is boring. Yes, there's nothing to do. But in general, the passport is quite good. They have a low residency requirement. Yes, you should know French, Dutch, and German, in my opinion, if you're going to live in Belgium, of course. But look, language diversification is never an issue for me, right? If I have to learn Jonga in order to naturalize in Bhutan, which I wouldn't really want to do too much, but I'd learn Jonga, right? That's the point. always learn the language of a country if I'm living there. So that's not a major issue for me personally. But in Belgium, the residence requirements aren't that bad. They allow dual nationality. It's sort of one that's sort of hiding in the shadows in regards to being quite a good passport. Major issues with Belgium for me, again, bad weather, mundane country, not the safest in the world, to be honest. But if you just want the passport, if you can just get the passport maybe by descent or something, pretty good option. Country number 4. This is not actually in the European Union, but it still is in the Schengen area. That'll be the country of Iceland. Now, Iceland, the primary issues with it is that the residency is a little bit longer. It takes about 7 years for you to get the passport. 4 years if you're from a Nordic country or Finland. You can do it in 4 years if you're from one of those countries. But if you're a non-Nordic national, non-Finnish national, non-EU national, it'll take about 7 years to get the passport. But again, because although they're not in the European Union, they are still in the Schengen area. So if you have an EU passport, you still have free movement to the country of Iceland. Now, Iceland, the language is beautiful. The passport is even better. Who hates Iceland? I mean, come on. You have to, like I said with Portugal, it's an important thing to know, right? No one hates Iceland. Everyone loves Iceland. Iceland is just a cool country doing their own thing. Yes, they have high taxes. Yes, it's like a very, very liberal society. If you don't like that, I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest. But if you are looking for something more conservative, it might not be the best option. But amongst the more conservative countries, the passports aren't that good. They have a worse reputation, and they're very difficult to get. Iceland, for me, very cool country. Beautiful language, beautiful nature. The residence requirement is a little bit long, but it's not the worst in the world. Also, if you want to have access to the European Union, access to the Schengen area, so if you want to avoid a little bit of bureaucracy that the European Union for some reason is starting to implement because they are the notion of bureaucracy manifest, Iceland, beautiful option. And the final one, which I'm sure will not surprise any of you if you've been watching this channel for a long time, the best passport in the European Union, the best passport in Europe, and I'd say, actually, with honour in my heart, the best passport in the world. Yes, that's right, that would be the passport of Sweden. Sweden, beautiful country, great passport, and of course, I'm joking. I don't mean Sweden. Sweden is a really good option in my eyes. I'm obviously talking about the Republic of Ireland. The Republic of Ireland is one of the best passports in the world. It's an incredible passport. It's a beautiful passport, right? I've often made numerous videos talking about the Irish passport. I even joke about it on Instagram, to be honest. It's such a good passport. You have free movement to the European Union. You have free movement to the UK due to the common travel area. They allow dual nationality. In order to get citizenship, it takes about 5 years of residency, which you can do quite easily. The weather isn't great, but again, who hates the Irish? It's an important thing to note here. Ireland is a very good country. The passport is even better. I have nothing bad to say about the Irish citizenship. They're also in the European Union, but they're sort of also doing their own thing, which is kind of cool. So the Irish passport isn't just the best in the region. I'd argue outright it's the best in the world, because you just have so many other benefits. You have working holiday agreements with many developed nations around the world. You have visa-free access to pretty much the majority of countries that people want to go to. You have good relations with pretty much everyone. So Ireland is an incredible country that I will always, always praise. Let me know what you think about the passports I've talked about in this video. Do you agree with me or do you have a different perspective? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. But until then, eternal victory to the free people.